Hello, everybody. It's Miss Trish with the Unitarian Universalist Church of St. Petersburg, and I am here with the RE lesson for May 24th, 2020 for the Unicorns group, the kindergarten through third graders, and the theme is the door of courage. All month we've been talking about thresholds, and if you remember, the threshold is the part of the door when you open the door and there's that piece that you step over. That's the threshold, and it marks the passage, transition from one space to the next. And we have a famous quote that goes with it today, which I will read to you as soon as we get our chalice lit. Here's the chalice. Love is the spirit of this church, and service its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. I'll put this aside. So here's the quote that goes along with the door of courage idea. This is from William Faulkner, a famous American novelist. You cannot swim for new horizons until you have courage to lose sight of the shore. I'm going to read it again. Think about it. You cannot swim for new horizons until you have courage to lose sight of the shore. Something to think about. The goal for this session is to explore the threshold of courage and going into the unknown. And the calendar connection is Memorial Day, which falls on May 27th this year, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But first, let's get the Wonder Box and see what's inside that can help us discuss courage to move into the unknown, the door of courage. Something unknown in here. Here's the Wonder Box. Let's see what's inside. Oh, this is a little bow. It's red, white, and blue. You could wear it in your hair. You could wear it around your neck. You could put it on a card, put it on your door, and it's very patriotic. It's got the colors of the flag. Let's see what else is in here. There's a flag, and it says Old Glory. Old Glory is the nickname for the American flag. And these are stickers, and you can take these stickers off and stick them to paper, or I took one and stuck it right here on my shirt. Isn't that cute? This weekend is Memorial Day. So that's a time when we think about people that were in the armed services who went to war and lost their lives in war. And people often celebrate Memorial Day by going to a graveyard and they find the gravestones. They put mementos, like some people might put those stickers or little flags, flowers, especially red, white, and blue flowers on the gravestones. And also they put wreaths on their doors. Lots of different ways that you can celebrate Memorial Day. So what does that have to do with the threshold, crossing the threshold into the unknown, going through the door of courage? When people go off to war or even join the service at all, they never know what's going to happen to them. If they joined, let's say, the Army, maybe they could stay stateside in the United States. And maybe they would be safe here. There's no guarantee. Maybe they would be shipped away to go to a foreign country, and they might have to fight a war. They might have to do things they really don't want to do. Nobody wants to be in a war where there's fighting and killing and dying. You could get really hurt. You could get killed. You might have to kill somebody or really hurt somebody. And that's something that stays with you for your whole life. It changes people to go to war. So we want peace. But if there's a war, our armed services are there to protect us and to help other countries. You might know someone who's been in the service. You might know someone who lost their life in the service. If you do, you can thank the person who's still alive or even the person who's lost his or her life in the service. One of the ways that you could do that is you could call that person and thank them for their service. You could post on their Facebook page. You could draw them a thank you card. And if you don't have their actual address to mail it, you could take a picture of it and send it through an email. Or you could post that picture of the card you made to their Facebook page. I'm sure they would appreciate your thanks. Not only is it the unknown for the person who joins the service, think about their families. Can you imagine if your mom or your dad got sent away and you didn't know what was going to happen to them? You would probably be worried. And families sometimes lose their family members when they go abroad in the service. So we'll be thinking about that this week. And to celebrate, I added not only a sticker to my shirt, I added red stripes there and there to the backdrop. So I would have red, white, and blue because that's the theme for the United States, for our flag, and to help us celebrate our patriotism. We're going to have our meditation now. So get yourself nice and comfortable and wiggle your fingers. Get that energy out. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your shoulders. Wiggle your whole body. Just let all the energy get out. And settle in to your cushion or your couch or your chair, wherever it is that you plan to do your meditation. And I'm going to start a song on the iPad, and it's to the tune of Taps. Taps is a bugle song that they play every night when the troops go to bed. They also play it at memorial services and funerals for fallen soldiers or for members of the armed services who have passed away. This one has lyrics to it, and the Boy Scouts sometimes play it when they go to sleep for the night, and they call it Day is Done. So let me get this situated while you get yourself situated, and I'll get it started for you.
Day is done, gone the sun, from the lakes, from the hills, from the sky, all is well, safely rest. God is nigh, fading light dims the sight, and a star gems the sky, gleaming bright, from afar drawing nigh. follows the night. Thanks and praise for our days, 'neath the sun, 'neath the stars, 'neath the sky, as we go, this we know. God is nigh.
That was beautiful. Let's stay relaxed and take a couple of deep breaths. And you can come back to this room when you're ready. And think for a minute what that song actually means. It means different things to different people. Okay, I'll give you a minute and then I'm going to turn the lights back up. Next, we're going to have a story that has the same theme. It's about Memorial Day. And as we remember our fallen family members and friends who sacrificed their lives in war, we think about crossing that threshold of courage and going into the unknown and the losses that families were left with. So let me get this story ready for you. It's called The Wall, and it's the story of a young boy who went with his father to Washington, D.C. to see the Vietnam Memorial there. So here it comes. Sorry about the glare. We'll do the best that we can with this.
Like this book with me? Don't forget to click the subscribe button for more. The Wall by Eve Bunting. Illustrated by Ronald Himmler. This is the wall, my grandfather's wall. On it are the names of those killed in a war long ago. Where's Grandpa's name? I ask. We have to find it, Dad says. He and I have come a long way for this, and we walk slowly, searching. The wall is black and shiny as a mirror. In it, I can see Dad and me. I can see the bare trees behind us and the dark flying clouds. A man in a wheelchair stares at the names. He doesn't have legs. I'm looking, and he sees me looking, and smiles. Hi, son. Hi. His hat is a soft, squashed green, and there are medals on it. His pant legs are folded back, and his shirt is a soldier's shirt. A woman old as my grandma is hugging a man, old as my grandpa would be. They are both crying. Shh, he whispers. Shh. Flowers and other things have been laid against the wall. There are little flags, an old teddy bear, and letters, weighted with stones, so they won't blow away. Someone has left a rose with a droopy head. Have you found Grandpa yet? I ask. No, Dad says. There are so many names. They're listed under the years when they were killed. I found 1967. That's when my grandpa died. Dad runs his fingers along the rows of print, and I do too. The letters march side by side like rows of soldiers. They're nice and even. It's better printing than I can do. The wall is warm. Dad is searching and searching. Albert A. Jensen, Charles Bernowski, George Munoz, he mutters. His fingers stop moving. Here he is. My grandpa? I ask. Dad nods. Your grandpa. His voice blurs. My dad. He was just my age when he was killed. Dad's rubbing the name, rubbing and rubbing, as if he wants to wipe it away. Maybe he just wants to remember the way it feels. He lifts me so I can touch it too. We've brought paper. Dad puts it over the letters and rubs on it with a pencil, so the paper goes dark and the letters show up white. You've got parts of other guys' names on there too, I tell him. Dad looks at the paper. Your grandpa won't mind. They were probably friends of his anyway, I say. Dad nods. Maybe so. A man and a boy walk past. Can we go to the river now, Grandpa? The boy asks. Yes. The man takes the boy's hand, but button your jacket. It's cold. My dad stands very still, with his head bent. A bunch of big girls in school uniforms come down the path. Their teacher is with them. They are all carrying more of those little flags. Is this wall for the dead soldiers, Miss Gerber? One of them asks in a loud voice. The names are the names of the dead, but the wall is for all of us, the teacher says. They make a lot of noise and ask a lot of questions, and all the time Dad just stands there with his head bowed, and I stand beside him. The girls stick their flags in the dirt in front of the wall and leave. Then it's quiet again. Dad folds the paper that has Grandpa's name on it and puts it in his wallet. He slides out a picture of me, one of the yucky ones they took in school. Mom made me wear a tie. Dad puts the picture on the grass below Grandpa's name. It blows away. I get it and put it back and pile some little stones on top. My face smiles up at me from under the stones. Grandpa won't know who I am, I tell Dad. I think he will, Dad says. I move closer to him. It's sad here. He puts his hand on my shoulder. I know, but it's a place of honor. I'm proud that your grandfather's name is on this wall. I am too. I am. But I'd rather have my grandpa here, taking me to the river, telling me to button my jacket because it's cold. I'd rather have him here.
At the very end of the story, it says, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial honors the men and women of the armed forces of the United States who served in the Vietnam War. The memorial is located in Washington, D.C., and on the wall there are more than 58,000 names, and others are constantly being added as they find the remains of those who were listed as missing in action. So that was all kind of sad, but a lot of times we celebrate with joy when we think about those that we loved that aren't with us anymore. And we also celebrate the American flag. And I have a song for you that I'm going to sing and play on the ukulele because I haven't done that for you in a while. I will also put some links in the newsletter of stories that you can listen to, activities that you can do, other songs that you can hear that might be a little more young at heart than this one. So hold on just a minute while I get my ukulele. This song is called You're a Grand Old Flag, and it's a really famous song. It goes like this. You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true under red, white, and blue, where there's never a drag or a brag. But should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the ground. Thanks for listening to that. So you could learn a song to sing for Memorial Day. There are a lot of things you can do. One of the things you can do is, I'm going to put a link for a coloring sheet of a flag in the newsletter. So you can download it and color it yourself. Or you can do what I did and draw one. So this is not perfect and it doesn't really look like a flag, but it was fun to do. And over on this side, I checked out the colors to decide which ones I liked. And I kind of like that there are different colors on there, so I left it on there. I did one more craft activity that was a little different. Now, it doesn't have to really look exactly like a flag. It just has to represent a flag. And the important thing is how you feel when you're doing it, not how much does it really look like a flag when you're done. So check this one out. For this one, I took a big card and I dyed some popsicle sticks in red and blue, and you can do that with food coloring, and I put some shiny stars on there to represent the stars. So while this doesn't look like a flag, you can tell that it's patriotic, it's red, white, and blue, and that it represents a flag. Other things you can do, you could make a red, white, and blue snack. For example, you could use white yogurt, blue blueberries, and red strawberries. Can you think of other snacks you could make with red, white, and blue? Anything else you could do? Oh yes, if you have a piece of white fabric that it's not being used, that you have permission to use for your craft, you can actually draw your flag on the fabric and make it into a flag. And you can click on the links of these songs that I'm going to put in the newsletter, and you can wave the flag while you dance around. It has been a pleasure to be here with you, and I miss you all. I'm so looking forward to seeing you again face to face. I hope you have a wonderful Memorial Day and have some really fun activities. And I will see you next time. Namaste. This time I'm going to remember to turn off the chalice. See you next time.